So, Steve, for a lot of our audience, they may work in a hardship team, and hardship has historically been helping consumers with consumer debts where they can't pay it and they ring through to a hardship team. So, hardship teams are now having to deal with small business owners. So, can you talk through some basic concepts, and then perhaps we can explore some questions that those collectors could be asking of a small business owner without, I guess, sticky beaking too much to the point that the business owner is going to get cranky. How do we balance those things out?
Well, I think the most important thing is to actually understand the customer that you're talking to. So, ask them, what are they going through at the moment? What does their business actually look like? And how has it changed from pre-lockdown to where it currently sits? And you might find that that business isn't operating at all. So, for example, if it's a restaurant, they may have been doing takeaway because they couldn't have people come into the restaurant. They may have been doing some takeaway for a couple of weeks, but then they might find that it just wasn't able to be continued because the costs involved in actually doing the takeaway may have been more than what they were actually earning. So it's really important that you understand what's actually happened to the business. Then the questions really are, okay, well, you owe this particular debt. What is it that you think you can do in terms of when can that debt actually be paid back, or have you got the cash flow to enable you to start making some payments? Now, cash flow and profit are two different things. Profit is actually where the revenue exceeds the expenses.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you've got the cash flow. And one of the things that's happening, of course, is that if you sell things and you're selling them on credit, yes, you get to record that sale straight away, but you might not have been paid for it. So there might be businesses that are quite profitable, but they haven't actually been paid. So therefore, that's the difference between cash flow and profit. But cash flow is really, they always say cash is king.
Yeah.
Well, in these circumstances, cash is definitely king. If you've got the cash, you can actually make arrangements with people to pay debts. But if you haven't got any cash, then there's not much you can really do about it. And what you've got to do, of course, those particular customers that are in that set of circumstances, is to make sure that they're actually able to collect the debts as well. So what are they doing to try and collect the money that's owed from their customers, and trying to understand how that supply chain really works is really the key to then working out what that particular customer can do to in fact pay the amount that's due to your business.